I had weeded the beds, we had so much rain and it really came down hard, so it really packed the soil in again. So what I'm doing is, again, just taking the hoe and kind of turning up the soil a little bit just to make it a little more workable, make it softer, make it more easy to be able to plant, and a little looser so the plants can grow well and can absorb the oxygen and the water that they need. So, I prepared the bean bed. This particular bed is 4 feet by 6 feet, and I've done the 3 by 6 foot beds before for beans, and that's really good. This year I'm out of beans, and so I really need to can more than I would normally can. Over this, the dirt that was there before, I had put in about 1.5 bags of composted manure, and now that I just stirred that up again, I'm going to put a little bit of the barnyard soil in here, or the dirt, and another bag of composted manure to really work this up, because the soil was pretty depleted. I only see a few little worms in here once in a while, but the barnyard dirt is full of them. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's only a little bit of dirt in here, but as I stir it, there's worms all over the place. I get that into my bed and it's going to be great. Now, beans typically don't need a lot of nutrients in the soil. They are one of the crops that actually put nutrients back in. They put nitrogen back into the soil. They help to build the soil back up a little bit. That's one of the reasons that farmers will rotate their crops. Like after they have a corn crop, then they will put in alfalfa or soybeans or something, because the nature of the root system in the beans has these little nodules that will like put little bursts of nutrients and energy into the soil. However, my beds have been so depleted that even though I've got compost in here and I've got some new other soil, I'm actually going to add some of this other. Now, I've never used this before, but it's very similar to look at M.I. Gardner's trifecta. It's not quite as strong, but this is organic and it's natural. There's like fishbone meal, bone meal, feather meal, alfalfa meal, kelp meal, kelp flour. There's just different things like that in there. So anyway, I'm going to just give it a little extra boost in here. The same with a couple of the other beds that are going to need it, but this one has had years of tomatoes and onions and other things in here that have just kind of sucked the life out of the soil. So I'm really trying to work on building it up this year. So anyway, I'm going to put in about maybe 2 cups of this, and then stir it in with the compost and with the barnyard dirt and everything, and just try to get a good mix going, and then I'll put my seed down. This I just got on Amazon. I'll try to remember to leave a link below for this if you're interested in using it. So. Alright, this is what the grain looks like, or the meal. Just gotta sprinkle this in. Put a little more compost in here. Okay, in the past I've gotten beans somewhere else, but this year I did order them from Baker Creek, and I like the bush beans, and the contender is generally really good for me to be growing here. Pole beans take a lot longer time, and I just prefer to have the bush beans to come. They're early, they're prolific. Within about 3 weeks, I'm done with them, and then I can move on to canning tomatoes. So anyway, I need to do the beans as bush beans here. Now the beans I plant as in broadcasting, I don't do in rows. I find that they do so much better here. These packs have not very many beans in them compared to what I'm used to getting, so I'm hoping that there's enough for the way I do plant. Otherwise, I'll plant what I can, and then I might need to order some more and finish off my beds. So this is how many beans are in one pack. Yeah, I'll go through that pretty quickly. So they say 6 inches apart. So when I broadcast, again, I do them 6 inches apart, but they're all in different directions. And again, with the bed, you can get them really close to the edge here. I like to drop my beans first so that I can see where they are when I'm doing this. Then I'll go around and push them into the ground. I had to spread them out a little bit further than I wanted to at the end, but I'm going to live with what I've got here. So I had 2 packs of green beans, and now I'm going to push them in. They like to be down about 1 inch in depth. I just simply take that and push them down. So your kids would have fun with this. Let it be a game for them. You want to make sure you cover up the holes, because otherwise birds will come and eat your seeds. There, my beans are planted. Last year I grew kale, which I really wanted to do, but it attracted cabbage moths so badly. It ate up all my kale. It then attacked all my green beans. Normally I get like a whole second crop of green beans, and last summer was wonderful for that. It was warm and humid, and the plants were growing like crazy. Then the cabbage moths attacked it. So this year I've got them in a different bed, and I'm not growing kale. I'm hoping that the cabbage moths stay away. I did see one flying around at some of my other bushes. So if you guys have any recommendations on how to keep them away and how to keep them out of my garden, away from my plants, please let me know. Last year was the first time I ever had to deal with them, and I sure would like to not have to do that again. After they were done with my beans, they attacked my peppers, and it was just not a very prolific year last year. Granted, my soil was not up to snuff, and so I'm hoping that with building up my soil again, that's going to help. Those moths can be pretty persistent. Let me know what works really well on them. I would love some help. If you could leave comments below, if you could even direct me to some other channels, other videos that would have help for me, I would really appreciate that. So anyway, you guys take care, God bless, and always have hope. So the birds are flying over. So, and I hope I don't have cabbage moths this year. So anyway, guys, take care. Bye-bye.